We are also part of government, and therefore we must also make sure that we achieve government goals and objectives. But one of the documents that we must adhere to and make sure we implement is the Vision 2030. There are objectives and goals in Vision 2030 that as judiciary we have to achieve, and through their medium-term plans, which happens every three years, they prepare medium-term plans. We also have this and directions that come from time to time. So, as an institution, we are also part of government, so we need to make sure that we achieve government objectives, and that's why our priorities will also be derived from those other government policies and documents. Start, as I've said, this is our blueprint that we are implementing for the next 10 years. And there are 5 principles of START. One is we want to be accessible and efficient. So as a judiciary, we are trying to make sure that accessibility includes making sure that there are courts all over to have social justice. So those are the 5 guiding principles of START that we are going to make sure that we achieve. What are the objectives? As I've said, the first thing is we want to have a strong institution that is independent, accessible, efficient, and protects the right of all, especially the vulnerable. And that's where you hear issues of children matters being now at the forefront of judiciary's activities. We want to have an inspired team of judges, judicial officers, and judicial staff committed to excellence in delivery of service. So we are trying to make sure that our staff are able to deliver services efficiently. We want to have strengthened financial mechanisms that support the independence and the integrity of judiciary. And there we are trying to leverage on technology, and we will hear about issues of the ERP to make sure that we have a strong, strengthened financial mechanism. We want to deepen partnership with other organizations. We also want to have enhanced public trust in the way we do things, and therefore, whatever we are going to implement are geared to achieve those 5 objectives. As START came about in 2023, the Honorable Chief Justice, we have been trying to operationalize and build on and implement START. And during the years under review, we have so ukiangalia at least unaona that tuliweza kutumia karibu pesa zote zile tuligawa. So shida ya mtu kusema ati tuwezi kutumia pesa, hatuna hiyo shida. Shida ni sasa atupewe ya kutosha, si ndio? So if you look at 2023-24, tulipewa bilioni kutumia yote. So tunataka tukiendelea mbele, sasa tukuja kwa makaribio ile tunafikiria ya mwaka ujao, mtaona that shida sisi hatuna shida ya kutumia pesa. Shida ni pesa yenyewe ni kidogo. Hiyo ndio shida. So if you look at the absorption ama utumizi wa hiyo pesa, so unaona kwa hizo miaka 3 zote tunatumia hadi 90%, juu ya 90%. Mwaka jana tulitumia 96%, mwaka hiyo ingine ilikuwa 95%. So vile nimesema hatuna shida ya kutumia pesa bila hela yenyewe ni kidogo. Ile mahali tuna nguvu ya kutumia pesa ni development board ama board ya ujenzi. Board ya ujenzi, na hii ni kwa sababu kila mara serikali hatupatii pesa. Ile cash yenyewe haikuji kwa muda ama haikuji kupita sana. So that's why ukiangalia hii na hiyo unaona utumizi ni kidogo, around around 60-70% because we are not given the cash, or the exchequer releases are not given on time. But the one the current tunatumia kwa wingi sana. Now, what have you achieved na hiyo pesa? Ama tumefanya nini na hiyo pesa? Mwaka jana we had 516,121 cases registered. So zile case ziliregistrwa 14 nchi nzima, lakini kesi zile ziliweza kusikizwa na kumalizwa ni 509, 664, meaning we cleared 99%. So zile kesi zote zililetwa, karibu zote zilisikizwa na zikamalizwa. Asante. Kulikuwa na backlog, ile kesi zilikuwa kotini before mwaka yanzi, tulikuwa na 272, 678 at the beginning of the financial year. So mwaka financial year ikianza July 2023, tulikuwa na 272, 678. At the end of that financial year, yani mwaka ikiisha, at June 2024, the cases zilikuwa zimepunguka to 444, 267. So a reduction of 10%. So you can see, tukiongeza hii na tuongeza kwa hii, actually the case completion rate itakuwa beyond 100%. So we can see zile zinaletwa kotini hiyo mwaka karibu zote zinamalizwa kusikizwa na judgment kupeana. So ukituongezea tu hela, ukituongezea hela kidogo, hata hiyo tapunguza. So tutakuwa na issue ya backlog. So as we move forward, we are hoping that we can improve on this. We can make sure that we do better than this. It's being accessible. The judiciary being accessible. So for access to justice, we have established, last year, we established 3 high court stations. So 7 small claim courts and 2 tribunals translated to the judiciary. So you can see we are trying to make sure that we are very accessible. Establishing more courts and making sure that the tribunals that are there to assist the judiciary as per the constitution, so that we are able to see how they work. So we are going to, for the Judiciary, the Act requires that every county should have a high court, and that's why we are going to seek for more money. STAT has given us a goal that we must have those, and STAT has also said that we need to do alternative justice system, and one of it is small claim court. We want to establish small claim courts in all the courts in the country, and therefore, as we seek for more money, those are the areas that we are looking as priorities to fund. Then we have sub-registries. We established 2 high court sub-registries in Mandera and Marla, and this has made sure that the high court is in presence in at least 46 counties. We only remaining with 1 county where the high court has no presence. We are hoping that the budget we are going to ask for, we can help us to have a high court presence in Wajir. We have also established a sub-registry for environment and land in Lodwood, a sub-registry for employment in Voi, and we have court annex mediation sub-registries in now 9 places, and you can see the places. But the most important part of court annex mediation is that out of the 6,000 cases that were referred to there, 5,000 of them were completed, giving us the economy. So you can see the court annexed mediation is one way of making sure that our economic activities proceed by making sure that disputes are resolved faster, so that the funds that are being held by having disputes are released back to the economy and the economic activities proceed. And that will generate more activities, both for employment and other indirect activities. So court annexed mediation is very key to making sure that economic activities move on faster, because people want their disputes resolved faster and quicker, so that they can continue with what they are doing. We had also court circuits. As I've said, one of the objectives of study is efficient and try and reduce that backlog and make sure that we achieve. We have to develop other strategies that help us achieve that. Court moves or judicial officers move to other stations where there is workload and they hear those matters in that. So you can see the Court of Appeal had 28, 393 cases or so. Employment and labor relation had 7 circuits, and environment and land courts had 6 circuits, while tribunal tries that we reduce backlog and also make sure we are very efficient in service delivery. The other one is service weeks. Service weeks are carried out to be done. Employment and labor relation had 1 service week. Tribunals had several, where 3,360 cases were had. Then we have Mahakama Support Initiative, where cases are referred to other judicial officers from whatever courts they are in, and they hear those matters. In the last period, or last financial year, we had 4 court sessions which had a lot of backlog, which were referred to Mahakama State or judicial or judges who are other stations hearing matters from other stations where they are not using virtual courts. So this is a very key initiative to make sure that the backlog is reduced. Other stations where the backlog, and this High Court had 12 of them, where 1,585 cases were solved. You can see all those initiatives are trying to make sure that we are efficient, accessible, and making sure that cases are done within the shortest time possible. Then we have alternative justice matters. In this initiative, we are hoping that to bring out most of the cases will then be had in this area and reduce backlog that we have in it. 1,073 cases were had. So you can see there is 85% success rate, and we're hoping that the coming years we will dispute and come into court, because court has other issues. So we are hoping to promote this for us to make sure that now the Chief Registrar has already said issues of leveraging technology, and most of the things in this section not explain much. So for technology or ICT, we have various things that we achieved last year, and one of the key, all the courts are undertaking e-filing. So as we speak, we have a total of 295,000 cases which have been filed online, and therefore we are hoping going forward that which provides what is happening in the system, so at any time we can see the whole country what is happening. And some of the features of the case tracking is that you are able to map people to their cases. You are able to map even other institutions like DPP, police, on particular cases. And also provides an automatic allocation of cases to magistrates and judges. So case tracking is helping us to make sure that we are efficient and responsible and transparent in the way we do things. This is one of the pictures of the leveraging of technology. So you can see the launch of digital courts by the Honorable Chief Justice. We also have court list portal of all the cases in the country. So if you want to see whether your case is being heard with, you just go to that portal and you have it. We have the court decisions portal where all the that. We have digitization of court records. We are trying to digitize all the court records so that it's easy to achieve that. We have transcription services. Achievement. We have data tracking portal. So ICT has helped us. So we'll continue as we propose the budget that we are proposing. We'll be continuing to ask for funding to make sure that ICT is. When it comes to human resource, we had 20 judges who were appointed last year. Then we had 9 people researchers who were recruited. We all were designated as adjudicators for the small claim courts. We also had 39 chairmen and members of the tribunal sworn in last year, so that we achieved. Finally, the Chief Registrar has mentioned that there are 2 court facilities or buildings that were completed. The first one is in Marsabit that was completed. We had a very big problem in Amuru. Now we have the completion of that court. I think things will be okay. So nataka kuangalia sasa hii region. Just summary ya Isiolo. Hiyo ilikuwa nchi mzima. Sasa nataka kuangalia Isiolo court ilifanya nini. Iko na case 1310 ndio ndio kotini mwaka jana. Na walisikiza kesi zile ziletwa hiyo mwaka na zingine zile pia ziliko. So it means 88. So mwapatie makofi. So wakiendelea hivyo, okay. So ile pesa tutaomba tafadhali ukikutana na bunge, MP, senator, lazima wapewe hela, sio? So tafadhali nikusaidie kuomba hizo hela. Tukikuja kwa 1376 cases zimefanywa through e-filing 736. Na pia katika Isiolo tumeandika vijana katika Isiolo wa 9 wala wanatusaidia kufanya digitalization. Sasa hii ndio bottom up. So bottom up initiative ya Judiciary through hii tunaitwa ajira. So tumeandika vijana 9. Ongeza haya vijana watu tusaidie na ku digitize hizo records. Kwa sababu tunataka kuwa ICT compliant, tunataka kila kitu kiko kwa mtandao. Ndio itakuwa rahisi kufanya kazi yetu. Then ya mwisho tutakuwa na settlement rate ya 16%. We are hoping that we can improve on that. Tunaweza tuifanye ikuwe na settlement rate ya more than 90%. And hii shida tu imekuwa ni kukosa na, we are hoping if we have enough resources we'll have more. Then AJS, Alternative Justice System, tumetuma 4 sikamalizo. Unaona settlement rate ya 88%, na tunafikiria tukiendelea nafuu kufanya hizo kesi kwa AJS kuliko kesi koti ya kawaida. So hizo ndio chiefs so endelea hivyo weka bidii, wananchi watusaidie pia tupate hiyo hela tukupatie, ndio make sure that kila kitu iko sawa. Sasa I want to move to panga mwaka ujao, na hapa ndio nataka mtusaidie maoni pia na wabunge. So for next financial year, this is what we are proposing. But I start first of all, remember we are part of government as a government institution, what is called program-based budget. And for judiciary, we only have one program, which is called dispensation of justice. And out of that, and then we have general administration, planning and support services, which is for supporting the courts. So we have access to justice, where all the court activities are budgeted for, and general administration, planning and support services, where other support services are budgeted for. To do as we go to the next financial year and the midterm. So the midterm, we're talking about 3 years from now. We have planned to do. There are so many things we want to do, but we can't do all of them. So we need to have a priority. Okay? Tunataka kufanya vitu zingine, sio vitu. Sasa zile tuna muhimu mwaka ujao ni hizi tumelista hapa. Chief Registrar alisema nyingi yazo, na mimi nitaongezea kadhaa zile performance courts, as I say, throughout the country. And that's one of the form of AJS, or alternative dispute resolution. Remember, this is a constitutional requirement. Magistrate courts in all sub-counties. So, ile pesa tunahitaji, kama sub-county yako haina court, tunataka kuestablish court kwa hiyo sub-county. Lakini kani more than half of those do not have courts. So, we are hoping to establish sub-counties in each sub-county. We want to establish courts in each county, high court in each county. As I've said, we have a presence in 45